Good morning, y'all. Yo, happy Friday. Hey, girl.
Hi.
I think this is great.
Oh, today's like it's like oh happy day, hallelujah.
I was like, oh, shit. It's
I
going down. Community tab activated. We're going live with the OG original scammer.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, I guess we knew like it was supposed to happen, but I honestly never thought like I would ever see this.
I know. I'm happy as hell. Let me throw this intro in here. Hold on.
I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
My goodness.
$2 million bail.
Yes.
And I guess that's what happens when you decide to run from the law. Then when they catch you, then they're going to make it so you can't leave again.
Yeah, and I know KL's happy as hell right now.
I mean, yes, I absolutely agree with you, but I will admit, like, I feel it's weird, but even I feel like a little less comfortable now that he's back in the US. Does that make sense? Like it
Yeah,
really
because when he
felt
was in Mexico, we knew where he was.
right, and he was in. I know he's still in jail, but him being in jail in Mexico, in a different country, it just felt he was so far removed and like so far away from anybody he could hurt. And this is how bad a guy he is. That even the fact that he's just back in the U.S. And back in Texas, I'm very happy like to see this mugshot. But it's like, man, I wish he would just kind of have stayed gone forever.
Yeah, that would have been good that would have been nice. You know what I mean? For his kids.
I know, unrealistic, but yeah, I know, Jeanette. Like, I really feel like, ugh, like you put him back over the border. But he does not. He looks a little rough. The charge is interference with child custody, which is a felony interference with child custody, $2 million bond. He was arrested. You see there, he was arrested 7/7/2022. So that was yesterday. Yeah. So he must have come back yesterday from Mexico. So he was in Mexican jail from December to July, so 6 months. And now he's here. And anybody is going to put up that bond for him, they're insane because he cannot be trusted.
I know I called Georgia this morning. I said, B, where you at, Biddy? She's like, I'm in Texas. I said, oh, hell no. You're
I can't even tell you. I'm like making my memes like right now, like in the process of it. But Cappy pointed out like he has really, did he get his hair did like for this picture?
That's what it looks like, don't it?
I mean, his hair looks good, but he's also wearing a sheet, so whatever.
Looks like he's also wearing a sheet. I'm done. He came back with nothing. Oh, she is shook. I said, oh my God, all of us are. That's our face.
It's too much. Looks like he could have used a little extra SPF down there in Florida, in Mexico as
Look at
well.
a $2 million bail,
$2
man.
million. I have to think that is because he was, you know how much the government had to spend on going and getting him? Like, it is not a cheap operation to have to arrest somebody in another country and then extradite them, right? So taxpayers paid a lot of money for this. So yeah, they will definitely, Jen says the universe remains undefeated. Yep. That is why he has a $2 million bail on interference with child custody charge.
Oh, and you know what? I think it's really, really funny too that Lissa's on his list, but she claims she wasn't fucking with him. But you know what? Britt has to feel real stupid for being buddy with her right about now.
Listen,
he's a whole flight risk.
I'm looking at it, and they there she is. She's listed as girlfriend, which I guess they made a typo and they put in girlfriend instead of community manager for the relationship. But, you know, that I guess she's going to go visit him. And then his ex-sister-in-law is on there, which is shocking. It just boggles my mind. He is eligible for bail because his bail is set at $2 million in Texas. I don't know how it works in Texas. I don't know if they have bail bondsmen down there still. Some states don't have that. I can't imagine any bail bondsman would ever put up to, like, you know, I know they put up part of it, but I highly doubt any bail bondsman would take on $2 million liability for a man who has fled the country before.
Yeah, I was going to say that'd be just stupid for anybody to try to take him on. You know what I mean?
I mean, his parents, I don't know. Yeah. And what is isn't it like 10%? So like that would be $200,000 like cash bond, right? If it's 10%. And I don't think his parents could pay $200,000 cash bond.
Well, no, and that GoFundMe money's gone.
Oh,
that shit's gone. I wonder how Courtney feels about this.
Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she has a little bit of the feeling that we have. Him being back and being in Collin County is probably unnerving, even though he's locked up. But yeah, I can't. I knew his day was going to come. I mean, I guess he ended up not doing so much time down. I don't know if like they let him off with time served in Mexico or if they ended up not pursuing those charges, because even when I had looked into it, even for just a normal extradition process, this would not be like an unusual amount of time for him to be in Mexico. Like they could have just decided to drop those charges or do time served and send him back here, because it does take that long to extradite people.
I just cracked up. I don't know if this person wants me to say this. It came from her, but she said those enchiladas and tacos don't look like they agreed too much with him.
I was gonna say, you know, he does not look good, but he also is probably happy that he got skinny again, you know. Well, Captain Avi, they already have another GoFundMe started. His mom started him another GoFundMe when he took off and was on the run from the law. And I think they have like $2,000 in that or something. And that's been up for like a year, you know, almost a year. And GoFundMe would not take that down, even though he had, a warrant for not appearing in court.
Hey, Gladys. Yes, she said, hey, Michael Long, you've aged 10 years.
Yeah. So Tom Riddle, actually, what Mike said, he didn't say that it was a name mix-up, though I know he talked about this idea that he thought that it seemed like they thought he was someone else. But he says that they actually found the drugs on him, the marijuana on him, because he said that the federales planted it on him. So he was never claiming that it was any sort of mix-up. He was just saying that it was planted on him instead of being found on him. So, but I'm not surprised that they would just, they have him on relatively minor drug charges. And if another country wanted to extradite him, you would just probably be like, see you later, get on out of here.
Well, yeah, it was a little bit of weed. So, it was a quarter pound of weed, but
yeah, it wasn't a little bit, but it certainly wasn't, like cartel type stuff.
I'm sure he spent about a good $1,000 of that GoFundMe money on it, though, probably.
I'm sure they spent all that money in the new GoFundMe.
Oh yeah. It's definitely gone.
I wonder if he's gonna start talking again. If he's gonna try to, be public again now that he will have a little bit better access to communication. Just to be clear, he is under a permanent, the final order in the custody case made the gag order permanent. But, not that he would listen to that. But I just can't. It's just I never thought this day would ever come. And when we spend so much time looking at situations that make us feel like there is no karma and no justice in the world, we see that in the end, Michael Long is ended up in the worst place possible. Gen X, he is in the United States. He arrived back yesterday and was brought into custody, and he is in the Collin County Jail in Texas. There are no additional charges. I wonder if I should look up, see if there's a federal case against him. This is
just his bestie with the restie is down there too, so I'm excited for that.
Wait, who's down there? Oh, who's
his
down
best
there?
Friend that he wanted to send death threats to and shit, that he was going to take her out and all kinds of shit.
The copperhead snake. The copperhead snake. Yeah, I know she is. I wonder if we can send him postcards, even if we're not on the approved visitors list. Can they get postcards in jail in Texas? Droid existence. Oh, we have to be able to do this though, Queen. Droid says, "Who is this guy? Can I get a synopsis?" And usually our response is, no, you can't get a synopsis. But just to be clear, we have to come up with one. This is Michael Long. He is a guy out of Texas who was basically a deadbeat dad and is delusional and diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder and bipolar disorder. And he hated his ex-wife so much that over the years, he would always try to file for custody and accuse her of all sorts of horrible things. And he had done this many times. He did it again in the spring and summer of 2020. And he made false accusations against her fiance of sexual abuse. And he completely exploited his kid. He took videos of her having meltdowns. He alienated her from the mother, and he put it all on the internet because he was about to lose his rights in court. And because he realized that, he put it all on the internet. He got 300,000+ followers in a Facebook group in a couple weeks. He raised $250,000 on GoFundMe in a couple of weeks and basically made a social media spectacle and sent mobs of angry people after his ex-wife, who had to flee her home permanently, after the judges, after the social workers, after the lawyers. And it became a legal nightmare that stretched out over a year. And then he eventually, instead of facing the music, he took off. He took off with his one child, abandoned all his other children, and he fled with her and was on the run with her for several months until he was arrested in Mexico City last December. His rights had already been terminated permanently at this point. And he's been sitting when he was arrested in Mexico, he had drugs on him. He's been sitting in Mexican prison awaiting extradition until today. And now he is back in Collin County, Texas, where he is in jail on a felony warrant for interference with child custody. That's a synopsis, I guess.
And there you have it. And so we all met together when we were attacked by this group of 300,000 people who just loved them some Michael Long.
Oh, yes.
So we were called because we stuck up for his ex-wife and their children. We were called what did they say we were? We stuck up for animal abuse,
pedophiles, Satanists.
We were called all kinds of shit.
All sorts.
It was awful.
Haters, trolls. Yeah, it was like full conspiracy theory. But somehow he made so many bad decisions and he never was getting accountability, and he was very smug. And he got a big dose of accountability in a big, big way in the end.
Yes, ma'am, he did. This is the first OG scammer. Michael Long is a scammer. Remember? This is where the prayer circle was born. I feel like we need to crack the vault now. I feel like I already started cracking it and putting stuff out there. I got the whole hour and 45 minutes of Tiffany Sweater Girl's story clipped out of a 7-hour live.
Thank you, Dread Existence. And it was annoying, super annoying. But to be clear, like, we kind of just followed it and we were on for the roller coaster. Nobody was a real victim except for his family, who he is just the amount of people that in his real life that he has left, behind is just unfathomable. Like, he is a very, very, very destructive man. So we just like to mock him a little bit.
Oh, and guess what? When he had his group of 300,000 people, and do you remember we need guns, we need them out right now, we need them from everybody, we need guns right now, men, women, children, anybody with guns. Remember that?
Yes, he had an army. They were called an army.
Hold on, here she goes right here. This is here she goes right here. This is Anna DeLuna right here. This is the one that he had come up with go to Kelly or go to his ex-wife's house with guns.
Yep.
This is her right here. You remember Get Your Guns Girl right here? Yeah. Her second or third arrest for some kind of violence, I think both involving children or elderly. And this is this year. 7/6/2022, Denton County, Texas.
All these advocates, I can't. They like literally, it should be illegal for these people to.
Well, she's the one that spread this across TikTok and called us all pedophiles. We were all horrible people. We were abusers. We were child abusers. She did a whole lot of stuff for Michael. She believed in Michael. I still have those screen records where she was talking about believing in him.
But she was also part of that group that intimidated the judge, was on like the judges. I mean, it sounds crazy to tell people that the judge got intimidated, but she really did recuse herself because people were picketing on her front lawn. The gal left the case because of the same type of harassment. And while I don't blame them, it really did extend the legal process much longer because they had to start over with like a new judge and new gals and new amicus attorney. And it really gave him an opportunity to the mother went 300 and the mother went over a year. She went a year and 1, 2, 3. She went a year and 3 months without speaking to her oldest child and not seeing her for, and then not knowing where she was at all for a good part of that time too. But speaking to her, yep, for her oldest child, it was well over a year. But the children are finally safe from him. And I guess we're going to have a trial now. I mean, not a trial, but like this is a case now. He's either going to have to plead out to this or go to trial on this.
Yeah, and he just filed.
They're not going to drop this charge.
Oh no, they're definitely not going to drop it.
No, like it's, you know, like I guess I always would just worry, you know what I mean? That like, you know, it would get lose priority or get lost in the sauce. But for all the time people were like, you know, running around on the online like chickens with their heads cut off, like there were people behind the scenes in real life, like in Collin County, and that I always just hope that they were just really also invested in nailing this guy. And I have to imagine that they are, after everything he put everybody through. But it's a lovely day. I'm still like trying to make you know, have some fun with this photo. And it gives you hope that, you know, the people that seem like they get away with just terrible things all the time, that, you know, eventually they do get their comeuppance, and you just have to be patient.
Garuda prayer circle.
I know. Where is Georgia? She should.
You know what? She was getting stuff real quick at the store, and she's gonna jump on here. She's tripping. I figured they would be she said, Gladys, clip away. You know what? This is good though.
This is great. This is amazing.
Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. Oh, she said, okay, here I come.
Yes. Because the amount of power he lost, he had the power of the internet. Like he had like all this power. And then when he didn't have that power of the internet or the power of the court anymore, he took the power away by literally stealing the child, you know? And so he kept the power. And now he has none. He really has none.
We need Squish and we need G, the two most hated people. He hated them girls so fucking bad, didn't he?
Oh, he hated. He still hates them.
He hated them girls. Look, I'll tell you what, they outsmarted his ass any day, any way, anytime. It was, you know, I actually have a conversation clip that I had with him. And it was, listen, remember when you said, are you serious? Did you talk to him? Do you believe him? I said, fuck no, I don't believe him. But I just was so irritated and so tired. It was like there was so much. I'm like, I'm just done talking about it. I'm done. I don't want to say anything. I don't even want to fucking talk about it anymore. I'm just irritated. I'm tired. He worked my damn nerve. Everything he did worked my fucking nerve. And I just hated him so much. I cannot believe.
I know. I really do hate him, like as a person that I don't know, but I do know him. Like I think we know him. We know him really well now, actually. But he doesn't have
party.
Hey.
I said, ding dong.
She's driving down the road to the jail right now.
I'm on my way. I'm disappointed I'm not like on the list. Does that mean I'm not allowed to go see him?
I don't know. You know he wants to visit with you.
Oh yeah, you're not. Maybe you can get approved. Maybe you can be an approved visitor.
Maybe Alyssa needs a ride up there. We can carpool.
You can carpool with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she would appreciate the offer. You bake like people like, you know, like they used to bake a cake with like a file in it so they can escape prison. You can like bake him a freedom cake, and then inside
Oh my god.
Could just be like a little note that says "fuck you."
I'm gonna Uber eat some tacos to jail. You think they'll give it to him?
Looks like he might need tacos.
No, the guards will eat them right in front of him.
$2 million.
$2 million. That's what you
They
get.
are not playing.
No, that's what you get when you literally run away and you go and hide in a different country, and they have to extradite you and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on bringing your ass back to the United States. Congratulations. I mean,
yeah.
that must be so high for the.
Way too. I mean, like, they're 1,000% risk of being a flight risk.
Right, exactly. Pecan pie, why don't you like this? Because tell me.
I mean, me personally, I would have rather have liked
him stay.
I would have rather liked to see him have to stay in Mexico for a long time.
I know,
but
I feel like a little less. I feel like a little more restless that he's even back.
Yeah.
But it's good to know, like, it's the confirmation that it's going to happen. Like, it's not going to be dropped or forgotten about.
So his charge is only not showing up?
No, it's interference with child custody.
Oh, okay. I was like, so like, I couldn't even like read it.
Because his other one is still on there, like his capias warrant from when he didn't show up. That's still listed, but then below it, there's the second warrant.
Wow.
Gladys, if they get a conjugal visit, I wonder if him and Alyssa will get married in jail.
Well,
they were engaged before he left, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, she's only listed as his girlfriend, not his fiance. So, but I'm sure they probably will. Yeah, he does not look that great.
No, I just hope he doesn't. I liked how he couldn't really talk. Like, while I like news, I like this idea that he was in another country and we didn't have to hear him talk or anything.
So of course, I'm dying to know, like, what were the circumstances, or, I mean, because we've all just been speculating.
I know.
On, like, how they'll do it and how, if the extradition and, blah, blah, blah. But Mexico is probably like, we cannot deal with his ass anymore.
No, I mean, I wasn't surprised. I mean, I always thought it would be, he was saying that he had those charges and he thought they were going to go forward on them, but it never seemed worth it to me for them to pursue that so much if the other country's willing to take them. Right. Ham says, can you explain his state felony better for everyone? Like, what time is he facing? I have to look it up again. So do not quote me on this, but I think with the interference with child custody, like, the max would be around like 2 years.
But prison. I mean, is there not any kind of like international kidnap? I mean, like, it just seems like if someone had like fled the actual country, that there would be like additional charges on top of like just interfering with child custody, crossing state lines or something. But
well, it also, just to be clear, this is the warrant that he was arrested on, and so there's plenty of cases where somebody is arrested and they're in jail, and then as a case is being built, the charges can be changed. So it's possible. I don't know what he actually qualifies for, but it could be added. Who knows? If he did something in other jurisdictions and they want to pursue stuff, they could, but this is what he came in on. And then Pecan Pie, there's no, I agree with you. I agree that's scary for them because, he's back. He's like, he's there now.
That's my thing. That's my thing. Is not just not just the enjoyment of him being down there, but I mean, because he's just relentless. He's relentless.
Well, if we see the petition for the review, with the Supreme Court,
like, if once he's like a free man, like, what is he gonna do?
I know. I mean, because he was never going to be locked up forever. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have to, I understand. Good. Pecan Pie, as far as do we have anything from the Mexico side? No. But what I did say earlier was that even just the regular extradition process from December until now, this would have been a normal timeline for how long that process takes. And then Pam, I have no idea if his charges will be upgraded. I literally we all are completely in the dark as far as it comes to the criminal investigation against him whatsoever.
I love that quote. French philosopher Voltaire once
Yes.
said, "Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities." That is, wow.
Tom Riddle, why give him a bond at all? I think that they could. This is such a lower. They have to. Like, this is like a felony. This is something that most people would be released on their own recognizance for. Okay, so I don't think they could legally, remand him. I think any bond company would be insane to risk $2 million on a guy who's run.
Didn't it say a cash bond?
I don't know how that works. You have to do the 10%, but 200,000 is 10%.
Wait, but hold on though. But did it not say? Does it not say he has a cash bond?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a cash bond means that he has to pay the entire thing in cash, right?
Is that what that means? No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's what that means. I could be wrong.
I'm definitely going to go look into all of it. But even if it was the 10%, you would still be on the hook for all of it, and that's still a lot of money. So.
Well, I think they have to give him a bond. I mean, like.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, unless he's,
a murderer, right?
A murderer or something like that. Yeah. I think it's pretty extreme for someone to just not get anything. But again, them setting it at $2 million, a cash bond. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I mean, I think that pretty much just says that.
Yeah, I think it's a huge deal. Like, I
don't like. Someone asked me just a few minutes ago, did we think that the Army was going to raise money? There's no way.
No.
There's no way. I mean,
nope.
I would say a large majority of his, of the Army, of his followers were not, what's the word? Not very affluent, just
right. Well, we have his second GoFundMe that's been up for a year and has $2,800 in it. So I think that he's not, unless he already has the money that he was hiding, which I do not believe it. He is not going to be able to fundraise again.
And I would love to think, because I mean, whose name is he going to put it in? He can't put it in his. I mean, Alyssa's obviously not going to be any good for fundraising. But like, I just wonder, I mean, I'd like to think that once he just kidnapped her, or lost his parental rights and kidnapped her, that maybe some of his, the people that originally followed him would be like, okay, well.
I don't think they have interest anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure if you still ask them, they would probably still say they believed the story, but they've moved on. Like, they're not caught up in this anymore. So we'll see what happens, but I mean, stuff needs to happen here. Like, he needs to either plead out or go to the trial. But yeah, I'm sure that it is very uncomfortable for the family. But I am glad that this week.
I mean, the scary thing is that, like, who knows, like, contacts, maybe like his dad knows, or like family members. I mean, there may be like someone, or, a combination of people out there that if in fact it is $200,000, that, maybe he could get that. But I can't really look it up. I'm driving. So.
I mean, I wonder if he'll like plead out, because he has no criminal record, but like I said, we have no idea. There was a whole criminal investigation going into him and his interference with child custody, and we had no idea about it, and so we really have no idea. Maybe we'll get some more information now. Maybe they'll give another press release or something, but who knows? It's just really fun to see him here wearing that sheet. It looks like he was out in the sun way too much.
Well, he looks really mad.
Yeah, his eyes are freaking me out now, actually. Like, are like very dead.
I mean, I'm positive that I would probably look like shit too if I'd been in a Mexican prison.
Well, yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. But yeah, this is pretty amazing, and I do wish it would be somehow that he could not be near them or ever again, but we'll see.
But we also know that they have like zero disregard for
I know.
what the law. I mean,
No, I know. That's why it feels, you feel like insecure, even though, because as soon as they physically unlock him out of jail, you're right, he has no regard for rules.
Just I mean, do we know if anything was ever done as far as like, I mean, as far as the rights that John and Jeannie have? I mean, I don't remember ever seeing anything about them like losing grandparents' rights or anything. But surely, like, no court would let them. I mean, if you know what I'm saying. I mean,
they don't have.
Really dying to know about
yeah,
that.
they don't have any. They have zero established grandparent rights. So, but do
Unless
I think it's
they
crazy?
Were to do that,
they could sue for grandparent rights.
Yeah.
And then I think the big thing coming up would be like because it's not true down in Texas that necessarily that you lose your grandparents' rights just because your kids were terminated.
I thought Texas was like a like allowed that, or I thought Texas was one of the states where like it, they do grant like grandparents.
Yes,
rights.
So they would have to. And do I see them being assholes and like trying to sue for grandparent rights and just? I mean, yeah, but they're not
he's living with them or he's around them.
Yeah, like it's never happened.
I mean, there's no way that she would ever be able to be around.
Right. They also aided and abetted him. Taking her and leaving.
Right. Yeah. That too. Yeah.
And they never really had much of a relationship. They weren't involved deeply in the kids' early lives, like.
Right.
But I mean, sure, I guess like any crazy person can sue or whatever, but there's nothing established, so it's not happening.
I sure would like to know what Courtney's feeling about this right now.
I don't know. I wonder, did her divorce get finalized?
I don't think so. I think they're still married. I don't think she's even fought. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong.
I thought they signed like an agreement. Like they
last I heard, like I don't think that she even like filed for divorce, and maybe it had something to do with like, I don't know, like the settling of the finances or something.
But I feel like at least she doesn't have to worry so much because he like he never cared about her kid or seeing her kid or being around her kid. So like, he's not gonna, there's not that fear that like he will keep like coming back.
I wonder how he felt about when he learned the penguin was the one that turned him in.
I wonder if he was annoyed by that. Like, I wonder if he knew the whole time that she was like trolling him because she was pretty obvious about it. Or if he was like, or if he was mad that she. I
wonder.
Like,
yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder if he was really flirting with her, or if he really knew. And you know what else? I want to know how much money Tiff sent him while he was on the run.
She's probably writing him a letter right now.
I got questions that really need answers.
She's gonna spray some perfume on the letter. She's probably on her way to the post office right now.
I wish Squishy Cat wasn't busy because I really want her to come up here. That shit cracked me up. He hated you and her so much. Shit. I mean, Alyssa still does. So.
Well, I'm sure he still hates them. Remember how insane he was right at the end there, before he was arrested, and like the threats that he was sending to like Georgia.
Jailhouse Tinder. There's a jailhouse Tinder. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, and his former mod, Amanda. Like he was he was like in a rage.
Oh yeah, she had to have like police protection in her house.
Pecan Pie said, Mom, I need my Reiki rocks, my dirty bandana, and all the gear from the cowboy store.
I just can't even. I wonder what Collin County Jail is like. Probably better than Mexican jail.
It's probably
Damn it.
like a hotel in comparison.
Yeah.
At this point.
Well, yeah, he probably has his own like bunk and shit. He don't have to share with 55 people in one room, you know?
Crazy. I mean, I guess I'm gonna put like $20 on a GoFundMe being up by the end of the weekend.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
Anybody else want to wager?
Oh yeah, I bet you there's gonna be one put up. Oh wow, he's aged a lot. Hybrid Pisces, nice to see you, Chickie. Heather said, legit, there is some kind of thing that inmates use to find weirdo girls on the outside. Is there really?
Life after lockup.
Life after like look,
That
it's been a
show is
long
so
2 years
gross.
though. Look at all the shit that's happened in the last 2 years. And we're coming up on the viral video dropped what, July 15th or what was it, 16th, something like that.
Wow, was it that early?
Yeah, that's when it dropped. We all
Wow.
I mean, that's when the shit show started exactly 2 years ago, July, I think
it was
15th or
wow.
16th, something like that.
It was like August. Like July is when he started.
Was it August?
That's what I
Yeah,
was
July's
thinking.
when he
Yeah.
started the new suit, but I think it was like August, early August.
Yeah, I thought it was the middle of July that he dropped the video. I don't know what day. I can't remember what day he dropped that viral video, but I can tell you it didn't take long for us to. I wonder where Kay's at, if she knows, if she's seen the mugshot yet. No tacos for you. That's right. Shit. I'm a work in progress, and I'll take that bet too. Shit, the Mendoza.
All right.
Really? She said, sorry, wrong brothers, but you know what I mean. I bet Alyssa's really like excited about this.
What'd you say?
I said, I bet Alyssa's really excited about this.
Oh, I'm sure.
I believe she's still staying on the compound from what I heard.
In the
I mean,
camper.
I don't know for sure, but yeah, the
Driving his
compound. She's still
brother's-
staying in the camper on the
Driving
compound.
his brother's ex-wife's Mini Cooper. She doesn't even have a driver's license. I mean, unless she's gotten one in the since.
Wow, can you imagine what he's been thinking without social media at his fingertips?
Crazy.
How long do you think he'll stay here? How long do you think he'll be in jail? Probably for another year or so. I mean, he's going to have to fight these charges. They're not just going to let him go.
Yeah, I think, I mean, unless he comes to a plea, unless he pleads out, right? If he goes to trial, it takes a long time.
What a mess. I mean, imagine facing this like without an attorney too.
How it's going, how it started, and how it's going. That is perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I really, I mean, I would love to see the aiding and abetting charges too. Like, no doubt.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to how extensive their criminal investigation into him is, right?
Yeah.
which I guess we'll find out. Because like I said, he should plea out because there's not a very long, this particular charge does not have a very severe maximum sentence to it at all. And he has no prior criminal record. So like the smart thing to do would be to plea and get a deal. So we'll see what happens. But if they are not going to let him.
Look at Marlena. She had charges. And
yeah, the same charge.
They
Basically the
wouldn't
same
do
charge.
She got nothing.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like this $2 million is huge because that's basically the same charge that she had.
But she went to like New York or something though, or some state up in. She didn't like leave the country.
Right, but like this particular charge is no difference, you know. Yeah. So we'll see. Other stuff, we'll see. We're going to see how serious they were pursuing and how big the investigation into him criminally was. Like if they add other, other charges.
Not only that though, do you remember how like the judges had quit? They had like recused themselves. How many gals left? How many ad litem's left? How many people, you know what I'm saying, completely walked away because this case was so big and so horrible that they were getting harassed and taunted, and you know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
I really do think the judges, you don't think they talk to each other like police officers do? Well, I think they
that's what I always felt. I always felt like he's doing so much to piss off, people who are officers of the court, right?
I put that up. I put that picture up. So if you want to take your screen down or whatever, you can. So you don't have to, keep it up there or whatever. But I just did a quick screenshot on it.
No, I always felt that, like, like he must be pissing off the judges and the DA and people who are all in like the same legal community, like so much, that you think that they would eventually like put more focus on him. So like I said, I'm saying is like I kind of do hope that that's what happened and is what's happening, but we just don't know yet. But that is my hope. Even in his appeals and his petition for getting the kids back, it literally, instead of saying at the end that he wants the kids back, he just wants the gal thrown in jail. And like all the judges and stuff, like, so he's still more focused on trying to get revenge.
Maybe he does have other charges that may be listed under Michael Ling.
Michael Ling.
Oh, I would say you just cut out or cut off. I don't know if it was me.
I cut off. Could not, Georgia. I could not believe that I missed.
Of all the people, I couldn't believe you
misspelled his own last name at the top of his filing.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I miss that? That would have been hilarious. But it's like it's such a ridiculous mistake that I feel like my brain couldn't even see it. And just to be clear, what we're talking about is that in his newest extension for time, at the very top, it said Michael Ling.
Like where you list like the petitioners, the defendants, the petitioners, like the big, first thing on 20-point font. Well, y'all know me. I'm like OCD about that, and I like read everything.
Oh my God.
It's like the first things that I look for.
I didn't see it all, but I was looking for grammatical mistakes. I couldn't. It's so indicative of what a clown show it all is, and we shouldn't be allowed to actually have like these negative effects on the lives of like innocent people and innocent kids.
Oh, don't say that. Pecan Pie said with his luck cut off on some technicality. Oh, somebody's got it. Is it G?
I think it was her.
Yeah, I think it was. I muted her to see if it was her. I'm gonna see here. Are you? Oh. G, drop off and come back in because I'm getting really bad feedback. Drop out and come back in real fast.
Yeah, but Pecan Pie, I wonder if she talking about the error of Ling versus Long, because he wrote that himself. Oh my gosh, I can't. it's just too much. But I don't want. I admit. I guess we really liked it when he was in Mexico, even though we complained about not having the mugshot because he was muted. You know, he was muted and he didn't have control and he couldn't just do what he wanted anymore. But I have to actually have to pop off now. But I'm sure we'll all be talking about this later and for quite some time.
So I'm sure. I'm sure there's probably going to be a lot of people chatting about this. Here we go. Are you back on here?
Bye, ladies.
I'm trying to like connect a different pair of headphones, but my phone speaker. Anyway.
Oh, that's all right. So that girl says, actually, hold on. They will probably come up with the 250,000 somehow. But she said his bond's not. Hold on here. At the bottom, okay, in another listing, it does say 2 million, but the listing is a bit confusing. Okay, I just didn't know because you sent me those two pictures, and I wasn't sure if that's what you meant. Chili King says, okay, he is back in the U.S. What charges is he being held on? Thank you for the update. Yeah, so.
Did somebody Google, like, does cash bond, about the cash bond? Like, what a cash bond actually means?
That girl, can you pop up here? I mean, you're from Texas. You know more about this than I do. But here's the one you sent me. And you see the bond amount. And here's the other one that was sent, and it's different. Which they're small on here, but.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
A cash bond means you have to pay the full amount of the bond by check or money order.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So he'd have to pay all of it then, right?
Wait. I don't know. Just. I don't know. I can't look.
Hold on. Nicole said, yeah. Okay, so NorCal says the cash bond requires the full bail amount and is not financed through a bail agency or agent. The court will hold on to the full bail amount. I'm going to mute you real quick, G. So hold on. NorCal says the cash bond requires the full bail amount and is not financed through a bail agent. The court will hold on to the full bail amount until your criminal case is concluded. Wow. See?
I mean, I hope that's right. In my mind, I just can't see them doing a $2 million bond and even like, I mean, they're serious enough about to do a $2 million bond, so they're going to make it like the absolute hardest. And I think, maybe more than likely, if he hadn't have fled the country and if he wasn't, he wasn't considered as much of a flight risk, then maybe he would, only have to pay a percentage of it. But maybe that was their way of just trying to ensure that there was basically no way he was going to get out.
That's what I'm thinking. It's got to be something. They probably made it so high he can't get out.
Yeah. Yep. Only currency. Mother Goose, he is. I mean, he doesn't have an attorney on record. And I mean, I couldn't see like Jamie Graham doing it. Maybe Alyssa's trying to hit up Nick Rakita.
Well, I noticed she's been sharing a lot of his clips and a lot of his bullshit, so I'm sure she's probably going in and trying to get,
Well, I mean, I'm being facetious. He can't do that. He's not licensed in the state of Texas, so he can do that anyway. But
I just meant she's kissing his ass. That's all. I don't know about helping him, but I know she's been kissing his ass, sharing all those little clips and stuff.
oh my god, it's funny. No, yeah, he doesn't have an attorney. I mean, he literally just filed for his extension, and in his extension, he wrote that he was pro se. Well, that doesn't mean that they can't get an attorney now. Yeah, I mean, anybody could probably call the jail, and they would probably be able to confirm that.
Look, please help me. Facebook said he can't, but you know he's got connections. I mean, seriously, how uncomfortable do you think Kelly is right now?
I mean, for now, I mean, I'm sure she's okay, but just makes me. I just hate this so much because I mean, that this just means not only just the unpredictability of what he would try to do, but not only that, but just more. I mean, more legal fees, that will pile up for her to.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we can laugh and make fun of it all day long, but this is real life for her, and it really bothers me that he's back in there, back in the, you know what I'm saying, just back in Texas in general to fuck with her, and I can't. That's the thing that I really don't like about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay. Didn't Kelly used to live in, like, on the East Coast and then moved to Texas, back to Texas?
Yeah, I thought so. Matter of fact, I'd probably want to leave too. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of like a mixed bag of emotions. I did get that.
Yeah, a GoFundMe is pointless, but at the same time, they also made a GoFundMe, and Jennifer Neary was. Hold on a minute. What's going on back? Jennifer Neary, I mean, has been going around for forever. Sorry. Talking about that they were raising money because Sophie was in an orphanage. So there's no telling the kind of crap that they'll come up with, because they just bank on the fact that people are just dumb enough just to believe whatever they say. I mean, who knows? They'll probably come up with a GoFundMe that's, legal fees for Mike to get Sophie back, and then all these idiots will be thinking that like he actually has a snowball's chance in hell to get her back, and they start donating, and he's never getting her back ever.
Side guy, look what he said. Wow, just got home from a small medical test this morning to this, and yikes, 2 million.
Well, the only reason I said that about Kelly was that, I mean, it just like, I mean, I'm not here to make decisions about her future, but like, gosh, I mean, it would be nice, like, be nice if she could be back on the East Coast. I mean, I know she's got a good job and, you know, whatever, but, and I don't know what the situation with Jake is, but I'd want to get as far away from him as I possibly could. Like, I just, you know what
Right.
I mean? There's no way that I would, I'd pack my shit up and go as far
Look, he
away
said,
as I
maybe,
could.
look, that guy said maybe he can regather a new army to donate money to him and call it the So Please Army. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to raise anywhere near 2 million either, Nicole.
So please.
And Nana said, oh my God, y'all.
I know. I was like trying to get my car to leave, and I happened to see like Good Egg in a message in Discord. I saw it like pop down at the top of my screen, like today's gonna be a good day. And anytime anybody says something like that, I'm like my ears perk
Back
up.
on the bullshit. Here we are, babe.
I didn't know what she was talking about because I was too busy to go look. And then you start calling me.
I'm like, bitch,
You're like, bitch, pick up your phone right now. Pick up your phone.
I said, oh shit, and you're down there. Oh shit.
I never expected that. I thought you were gonna tell me Jim Terry was in jail.
I'll be. He said, look, this is gonna be. We're gonna be talking about him next, like this, for real.
Even better. Even better.
Yeah, Chili King said, do you think it's so high because they consider him a flight risk? Yeah, I do. I really do. I think that's why they put it up so high.
Well, he's obviously a flight risk because he's already done it once. I mean,
Yeah, and he didn't just dip state. His ass dipped to Mexico.
In the words of Michael Long, I'll go to jail to protect my daughter.
Yeah.
Well, your ass went to jail, but you weren't protecting her.
Right, the jail's protecting you from hurting your daughter. That's the main thing. No, Good Egg said Jim's next. Keep your future, Jim.
Take notes. I mean, Jim Terry
You're fucking
does
with
sound
some
like
bad bitches here.
He sounds like he's crazy enough that he would probably like do some crazy shit like that too.
Right.
Too bad we can't get an update from the marshals.
Yeah, as I said, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
They probably got I'm probably every one of us on their blocked list. Gosh, I wonder. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about SL. What that? Imagine what that would do to like her head, knowing that he's back. Poor kid.
I bet he's learning a lot through this process. Oh, I bet he is too.
I don't know. I mean, what has he learned? I mean, but what's he learned? He's certainly not learned how to take accountability for anything. He's certainly not. I mean, he's still blaming everybody else. He's still using excuses. Like, what? I mean, I don't know. I might have to disagree. Like, I mean, this could be just fueling his rage even more at the system. I mean, that hit list is probably just getting longer by the day.
Oh, we're all on it.
Well, I know I'm not on anybody's watch list since, I mean, the CIA and the FBI have both confirmed that I'm obviously not employed with them, nor am I on anyone's list. I mean, if I was on the FBI watch list, then they wouldn't have been able to be my client. So I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm not under any federal investigation, like some people claim.
I am cracking up. I cannot even believe this right now. He's too much. He is too fucking much. Here's a question for the chat. If ML and that Jim T guy tried to out scam one another, who would win the battle of the scam?
Yeah, I think the crank calls have definitely they are definitely in the running.
Look, he had access to a good barber, it seems.
We need to introduce him and Kayla.
Oh,
They'd be
hell.
unstoppable. They'd be unstoppable. They you know.
You'd be replacing EB. Not cool. I don't know how they could both, you know what I'm saying? Both of those. That was another thing I was going to go over and do a live on or whatever, but because Squish she did her live with that channel or whatever, and so it hasn't came back up yet, which it will, but so I was going to do it with the parent, or with the one parent that had a child that was bullied, but I didn't want to like step on toes either. I didn't want to be having Squish upset or whatever, because she's been working really hard on that, you know what I mean? So and now she's now whoever that fucking what was the Emma live about? I missed it last night.
What did you just say?
The Emma live, did you guys figure out who it was fucking with, trying to fuck around?
Oh, it's Nicole.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you guys called her out, you know what I mean? I figured you were calling her out. I've been busy with this scam of gym, so I ain't really had much of a chance to be paying attention to stuff.
Yeah,
so you know what I mean. I'm glad you guys did.
She's just taken. I mean, Penguin. Since Penguin can't
fight her own battle
directly to us, she's just finding everyone at scraping the absolute bottom of the barrel to find out, who she can to do the same crap she does. So Nicole, she's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely her.
Yeah, see, Mike is lazy. He uses other people to do his work. Yeah, he does.
I'm gonna mute myself. I just stopped on the side of the road for a minute.
Well, y'all, I know she's got some stuff to do. I know I got some stuff to get done. So we've been on here about an hour and 15 minutes. I need to go get the link. I think Squish said she was going to do a live later.
Yeah.
I'm
that
gonna
sounds
go
good.
get the link so I can
Oh yeah,
post it
do
in here.
that.
That way anybody else that wants to come from, you know what I'm saying? That way anybody from here that wants to go over there can subscribe and go watch, you know what I mean? I think she said later tonight. Let me see if I can go grab the link from her.
Is it which one for the nut milk?
I don't know. She said she had a live scheduled for later. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
It might be. I mean, it probably has to be.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ask real quick if she's got the link or if she can send it to me, and then I'm gonna post it in here. So if anybody wants to go to the live later about him, they can find the link. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have the link to go to the live. You know.
Let me see
So
if I
give me
can
one
find it.
second. Yeah, I was
Hold
gonna
on.
say go message her.
I'm pulled over. I'm pulled over on the side of the road. So, but
Yeah, like I mean, I was gonna stay on here for a little while, but I mean, there's not very many people who want to come up and chat, and I don't really chat by myself. Like I don't really talk to myself very much. So
I know you go too.
So I know you got to get going. I mean, if you want to come up here, you're welcome to.
Here's the link. I just sent it to you for her channel. I hope that's the one she's doing it on. But if you
Yeah, she said she already has it. Okay, hold on. Links live. Okay, hold on. Link to Squishy's live later today. There you go. The NorCal's posted it.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Pecan Pie. Yeah, it was taken down by false copyright. So she's fighting, and they'll put it. It'll be reinstated. She's just got to wait a certain amount of days for it to come back up. So.
Awesome.
And there's the StreamYard link. So if anyone, I'll post it one more time. If anybody else wants to pop up and talk some shit, you're welcome to come up and hang out or whatever. Otherwise, I'm going to get off of here. Because there really ain't much. I mean, the update is he's back here. We'll be, chatting about it every once in a while, which I'm sure Squish will keep up on it too. You know what I mean?
Karen, you just got to Google that.
You're just going to have to hit rewind.
You're going to have to Google that. And then that's not being rude. It's just too much to explain.
Yeah, it's a lot. Otherwise, you can rewind and listen from the beginning. Yeah, Droid, we try to be laid back and chill, Karen, it's like I said, Karen, you are going to get a time machine and go back to 2020. Please keep me out of it. I don't want to go back to 2020.
We need to give Karen a list of anyone to avoid as she's going back through.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I was gonna say it starts with Michael Long as a scammer, and he tried to do some reckless stuff and use social media to attack his ex-wife and her significant other. And if you rewind, it gives you a whole breakdown of it.
Well, I'm gonna say because it's the name of the Facebook page, Sophie Long case updates, right? That's the page that really it gives like the best timeline.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
it's
say,
still there.
Don't you guys have a Facebook group? Because if you do, I'll share it too.
No. We don't have a Facebook group that would
Oh,
appropriately
okay.
show a timeline of what's happened.
Oh,
But
gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but that's, I mean, the Sophie Long, I believe it's called Sophie Long case updates, was really kind of, especially towards the end, was kind of an official, or information was being put there. And there was, I mean, one of the last posts, I believe there's a kind of the timeline. So probably the best, a good reference. I want, so Karen, I want Karen to come back, and I want to know what I want to know. I'd like to see the perspective from a perspective from someone who who kind of catches up on this, like
Yeah, who
rather
has
than
not
just
been
rather
involved
than
in the
just
last
like
2 years.
right.
Yeah.
Well, rather than just like seeing that initial video, I mean, because that's a that hits on certain emotions, but no, I mean, if you kind of work backwards with the story, I'm just kind of be curious. I mean, I've had to try to explain this case, like, I mean, like when I had to try to explain my like how I got involved with Alyssa to like the mom, to certain people, and I was just like, as I was talking through it, I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. I mean, I had to do that when I was like, reporting Penguin, like filing charges. Like, they are like, how do you know this person? And like, I literally had to send, a detective. Like, well, I didn't have to, but I was like, but it'd probably just be easier if I just send you a link, because I really don't want to go over how I really know this person.
Yeah, because when you tell people like who have not been around, it's like you sound like you're fucking insane.
Yeah, well,
Seriously.
that might be partly true, but whatever.
Well, it's true for us because we're crazy bitches like that.
If
But anyways,
if we weren't
it's like
crazy when it started, we're definitely a
right,
little
we wouldn't be
crazier
here.
than we
If
are.
we wasn't crazy, look, we wouldn't still be here.
Right, exactly.
We've been going strong.
The difference in what was I gonna say? The difference in an insane person versus, what does it say? How does it go? Versus a insane person versus a sane person is, sane people know that they have a little bit of crazy, or everybody's crazy, but the sane people are the ones who admit that they have a little crazy in them.
Oh, side guy, you're funny. That imagine ML and J go on a hit ABC show competing against each other on The Bachelor. They will both be like scamming all the ladies' hearts. Yeah, Mike would throw Garuda prayer sand at everybody. Stacy B, yeah, she has been with her family where she should have been from the beginning. And another thing though that really broke my heart about this whole thing is Kelly didn't get to see her daughter for what was it, a year and a half, a year and something. It was a long time, way too long for a mother to not be speaking to her daughter and her daughter to not be speaking to her mother. Oh dear Lord, Mikey is back. Let's hope toothy, truthy, yeah, because he is definitely not truthy. Falsy, don't rise from the grave. Oh, that's the last thing we need. Right, Allie, what a day. I know, right? See, I don't really check Discords. I'm not in Discords like that. You know what I mean? So I didn't know all this was going on. I got a message and then sent a message to a couple other girls, and then I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh my God, you guys, we gotta go live and talk shit about this, because I know there's some other girls that want to talk shit. So I figured we'd pop on and chit chat for a little while. Oof, yeah, Mikey's looking old, ain't he? Yeah. See who's listed as his girlfriend for sure. Yeah, she definitely is going in there. She's definitely going in there to she's going in there for her visits. I'm sure she's probably been the one helping him fill out the extensions and all that. I'm sure that's probably who was doing it all, if not his mom and dad. But I'll tell you what, Jenny Neary kept saying that he had COVID, that John Long had COVID. I guess in one of the groups or something, he responded and said, no, I do not have COVID. So I don't know. I'm sure they probably caught on to Alyssa's grift as well. I mean, you would think that John and his wife would catch on to that. You know what I mean? But then again, I really don't know. Jeannie, get me a beer. Yeah, Pam, it really is. Pam says it's sad that Alyssa has chosen to hang on to Mike so hard when she has two girls she could be working to get back in her life. Yeah. Yeah. I muted it because it's loud as hell, so I didn't know if you heard me or not. Oh, do they? Supposedly John and Jeannie love Alyssa, do they? Well, maybe they can help her file appeals and all that stuff to get her daughters back too. You know what I mean? Their extensions and all the shit they've been helping Mike with. Maybe they can help her with. Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with G. I think she's just driving. That's the air is loud as hell though. The road, whatever it is that she's got going on in the background. It's super loud. Anyways, though, I will talk to y'all later. I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for coming and talking shit about Michael Long, OG scammer. Michael Long is a scammer. We'll talk to y'all later.